Hi class, this is the orientation video for STA 2023 elementary statistics for the summer session in 2020. And what I have up here first is the your Canvas page. I put everything up on Canvas and I work exclusively from the Canvas site to wherever I'm going. And all the things that I post for the course are here again. So when you register for a class, you get a Canvas web page for each of your courses. So you'll have something that looks like this one, and it's not quite as much as mine here, but I can always switch over to the student view, and you'll have these things available to you on the left. And then there'll be modules that'll be filled in here very shortly. Again, they all look something like this. So on the Canvas homepage, you'll have some general course information and then some things about the course software. These are just some additional references. This is a good website. This Statology has a lot of good information on it. A calculator manual. And then it's broken up by units. There's 5 units in the course, and that there'll be exam after each one of these units. And these are just things that will help you prepare to get ready for those exams. So these are things along the way you want to be working with for each of the units. And again, you'll see that unit 2 and 3, and I'll be adding some things as we go to some of these unit 4, and then unit 5. And then your final exam is really just a 50 unit exam. So there is no cumulative final. And we'll talk more in detail about grading in just a minute. But I want to take a look here at this getting started information. And it's kind of what I'm talking about now. Uh, these are Word files, so you can download it if you want to have it larger or you want to store it somewhere. But um, this getting started information, again, is just a general overview about Canvas and using Canvas in the course. Again, the course software is called MyStatLab, or sometimes it's called MyLabs for Statistics, but it's at the MyMathLab website, so they all kind of sound a lot alike. But the MyStatLab is a separate software package that goes with the online statistics course. And some people use it for their on-site course also, but for this one, we'll be using the MyMathLab as your tool uh, for instruction. And the link is listed here. So one of the first things you have to do is go to the MyMathLab website and then sign in and get registered. And then you'll purchase the software that we use. So there's no textbook, but there's an e-text that comes with this software. And again, the software has lots of things, lots of helpful things. And again, it's just like an electronic textbook with all the supplements added with it. So it's a pretty good deal and it works well with the course. So I'm going to get out of that. And then um, this next link here is if you need to contact me. So again, Dr. Condor, that's me. And I can be contacted. Really, the best thing to do is just email me. I don't have office hours in the summer. And of course, we're not on campus at all during this particular semester, so I won't be on campus much at all. And this is strictly online. But I check my email several times a day, almost every day of the week. So you can expect responses, within 24, sometimes 48 hours. Uh, so again, condorj@scf.edu. That's my SCF email address. And here's a link to the textbook. The textbook is, sometimes you'll get this little thing here, it doesn't work, but you can click up here on the statistics textbook. And this is the actual book. If you looked at the hardcover book, this is what it would look like. And again, you're not required to get one of these. Some people want one. You can go online and get a used one. If you want to go to the website, Pearson website, and get one, that's up to you. But again, this ebook comes with the software. So it's a good book. It's been around for a while. They're in the 6th edition on this, and the author's been writing for a while. So it fits the course well. Let's go ahead and get out of that and go back to the home page. There we go. Now, the course software really is the first thing you want to do is get registered in there. And it says my stat lab is at mymathlab.com. And again, you get this, so you can go up here and click. And there's the home page for Pearson. And you'll notice on the right it says sign in already registered. So everybody, every time you go into my math lab to do your work, your page, you'll go in through this page, so they're the same web page in for everybody. Now, if you're just registering, you'll see over here on the right again, register now, and again, student, you would click on that and then just follow the directions. Now, if there's any issues at all with getting registered, don't email me. Use the Pearson support, getting registered, features, and support. And they will be able to explain things to you better and answer all of your questions better than I can. So if there's an issue, they can figure it out and they can tell you all about it. I just have a general idea of some of the things that go wrong with students, but again, they would be able to help you with any issues that you're dealing with. So again, let's go back to this here. This, oops, let's go back to the home page. And again, here's the support link. That's that same link I was showing you. Again, student registration, you can click that, it'll go to the same page. Now, when you register for the software, and the first thing they're going to ask you is what's your instructor code. So you'll have here on Canvas, it'll say my stat lab instructor code ID is, and then this Condor, this is only for one particular section. So this is not everybody. This is not every course. I have actually I have 5 different stat courses this summer. And it changes, every semester. I get different sections and all that. So this may or may not be your number. If when you're looking at this video, you're going to afterwards go to your own Canvas page, and the correct number for everybody will be on their Canvas page and not looking at this one here. This is my stuff right here that I'm working on just for a particular section. This 31117 is just one of the sections. Every section has a different course ID. It'll look like this. It'll say Condor, then it'll have 5 numbers after it. So make sure that, again, don't use this if you're not in this particular section. This number only goes with this section. Go to your own Canvas page and register through that. Now, the Statology website, again, this is a good site. I like referencing that at times. And if you're looking for more information, some extra things to look at. It's a good site. And then again, for this course, you need a calculator. So after you get registered for the course, you need to get a calculator, and it has to be a statistics calculator. They're not all calculators, scientific calculators have statistical functions on them. That doesn't make them a true statistical calculator. You have to have one that will do all of the hypothesis testing that we do in this class. And really the best one out there is this TI 83/84. There's a series of them out there. There's 83 plus, 84 plus, so on. There's color enhanced. There's different ones, new ones. But basically, the TI-84 is the most popular, and you can get a used one. You don't have to buy a brand new one. You can look around and borrow one. You'd be surprised. There's millions of students out there that have purchased it. It's the most popular calculator, college calculator, out on the market. So there's lots out there. You can look around and get a used one, or ask a friend. They probably have one. Uh, I ask people a lot just in passing if they went to college, and I ask them what calculator they used, and most of them will say, they got one of these 84s or 83s. So, and usually you can get it pretty cheap, and a lot of times they're on sale if you want a new one. So that again, you're kind of on your own on that. You just need to find. My recommendation again is the T84 Plus, and that'll do everything. T83 Plus is also good. And then you need to get started on the work here. But let's go first. Let's assume you got into uh, Canvas and you looked at this starting information and read through that, and you know okay, you got my email and you know what book we're using, and you go out and you get your calculator, and then you need to get into my stat lab and start doing the work. And again, I'm going to register here. I'm going to sign in, and okay, so I got a bunch of courses, and I need to go to any of these really. I'm just going to pick this one. Um, and you'll see some things here again. This is, you can set up yours how you want it, but if you look on the left, really the main thing people use the My Math Lab or My Stat Lab for is the homework. And so if I go to assignments here on the left, here's your assignments. Okay, basically that's for the whole course. These are all your assignments. And so you just, we go right through pretty much in order. Uh, it, there's one of them that is actually done at the end. This one here, one of these ones we skip and do. So you'll be able to tell by looking at the syllabus now. So if you go into here, homework, I'll just click on this first one. I've got to go into and change the date. So I will do that and get that changed. And then I'll come back to that in a minute. But basically, you click on the um, assignment and it takes you over here. So let me just section 1, 2, and I'm going to just make up a thing here, and I'll change all these. Okay, back to the assignments. So 1, 2, I opened it up, and again, you'll see your questions, and the assignments are not long. This one looks long, but this is a lot of quick answers. And so you'll just go through, and I'll just randomly pick a question here. And over here, you'll have the question. And let's say, okay, state whether the data described below are discrete or continuous, and why. The number of employees working at different companies, and then we say, I don't know, I forget, I'm going to go over here. Now, all of the questions, if you go over here, you can see question help. And there's this help me solve this function, and so that will do what it says. It'll kind of work you through it. You can click on the textbook, and it'll take you right to this um, discrete and continuous right in the textbook. So it's a very nice function. Now, the StatCrunch you really don't need. It's something if you want to play around with. It's a software package, statistical software package that is nice. It's a nice package. We don't really need it for the course. If you need tech help, of course, you can use that. Ask My Instructor, again, sends me an email on that, but typically I'll refer you back to the Help Me Solve This, because this really gives you step by step. Now, if you work through something and you go step by step and you still, really just can't figure it out, and then you can, ask your instructor, and I'll be glad to help out. But I can't really work with 200 students and answer all their questions on a daily basis. I don't have, just literally don't have time in enough hours in a day to answer everybody's questions. Again, I have hundreds of students. Uh, so I do, whatever I can. I'll answer the best I can after you've tried these and tried to work through them again on your own. And this is a pretty good, help system here also. And then you move through, and you can stop whenever, and then go back and complete it. And that's the idea. And so and we're going to get out of this. I'm just going to save it and get out. And then we're going to go back to the um, Canvas site. So again, MyMathLab, it's a good program, and I'll get those dates set up on everybody's. So it'll start working on, first day of class. And you have some options over here you can go into also. There's this multimedia library, uh, which has lots of helpful things that you can also use beyond the step-by-step instructions. So you can go in here and pick whatever chapter and section you're working on and get review exercise videos. They're good videos. Again, learning activities, PowerPoint, tutorial on SPSS we don't need. Technology videos, video clips. Again, there's lots and lots and lots of stuff over here. Your multimedia textbook takes you to your textbook. Section videos. So lots. And I'll even be putting stuff up online also to help. And so it's a great resource. to have. And that's really the bulk of the learning in this course will come from all these things. And you can pick and choose. Students like different things. Some people like the videos. Some people use videos and other things. Some people like the PowerPoints. It really depends on the individual. So you want to play around and look through it and see what you seem to learn the best from. So that's kind of the key there. Okay, so all right, so back to Canvas. So again, we you want to get off to a good start. You want to make sure you get registered in My Math Lab. Your course ID, again, may or may not be this one here, but make sure on your Canvas homepage you have a course ID to get registered. You'll need your calculator, uh, and then um, we want to look at the syllabus here just to see more details about the grading. Is usually what students are concerned about. So we're going to go over here. Here's the syllabus, and you'll see there's a Summer A. Again, this is you may or may not be Summer A student. This is just the one I'm using uh, to do the video. So you have a summer online, okay, syllabus, and then you have an addendum to that. So why two, you know, syllabi? Well, basically, it's that these are the general things about the course. All the stat courses have certain things that are the same. They all have certain things. So here we pull this up, and again, course description's the same no matter who's teaching it. The prereqs are the same. Everybody's using the same text. The TI-83, 84 plus, everybody recommends the same calculator. This talks about my stat lab. Now, testing and grading is not the same with everybody. So that means then I need an addendum because I've changed this, right? Gordon rules the same. Attendance this is not, it's different on the addendum. No show, this is online, so the no show, I'll talk about that for this course. And again, you'll see electronics policy doesn't really um, have anything to deal with our online course and so on. So anything that's changed from this will be on the addendum. And let's look at the schedule too. So this schedule is pretty accurate, but let's go ahead and get out of this. Again, those are general things. Now, okay, so what's specific to just my stat class? All right, I'm going to pull that up here, the addendum. Oh, there it is. Okay, so pull this up over here. This out of the way. All right. Okay, so again, this is online, and my name's listed there. And of course, the office hour will not be there much at all this summer. And in the semesters, you just have to check online. Again, for whatever Canvas course you're in, you just look at that syllabus that's listed there, phone number, and of course my email really is what you want to use. So students, you'll have to really go to Canvas and use those materials, and the internet is always available. I talked about that Statology website, which is a great site. Announcements. So make sure I'll put up announcements in Canvas, and so make sure you know look at those on a regular basis. The announcements on Canvas. Again, office hours, I'll be available to meet online on a limited basis, and it depends on the students' schedules. I try to work around those schedules the best I can. All right, so grading for this course, there's 5 exams. That's it. So no makeups. If an exam is missed, the student presents acceptable documented excuse. The missed exam grade will be the average of the other 4 exams. So that's how we're going to handle any missed exams. And so you just get 5 60-point exams, total 300 points, and this is your grading scale. Now, so online attendance policy. Students think there's no attendance if they're not online, but that's not true. The state requires even online courses to have an attendance policy. So for the first week, you need to be registered in My Stat Lab and complete the week 1 assignments as listed on the syllabus. So your instructor may withdraw you from the course after falling behind more than 2 weeks, regardless of your grade. So if you're not doing anything in my math lab or my stat lab throughout the semester, then I'll withdraw you from the course. There may be extra credit opportunities. At this time, I don't have anything set up. There would be something that would be later in the course. And so I'll let you know through the announcements on that. So extra credit must be done correct, turned in on time, and complete to receive the points. It's likely that it would turn into a presentation I do with the students, and that has worked pretty well. And that's later in the course again. So tests are going to be graded on Canvas and posted, the grade book in Canvas. No, I don't use the grade book in my math lab. So I'll grade, you'll submit them to Canvas, I'll grade them on Canvas, and the grades will appear in Canvas. So you'll know it all the time where you stand, what your grade is. So this is distance learning online. You got to submit online assignments. And here's the one mistake here. Note, it says on-site proctored testing. That's incorrect. All the tests as of now will be online. So I doubt that would change in any way for the summer A6 weeks. So if you're not in the summer A6 weeks, I'll keep you updated. But for now, this on-site proctoring is no. Okay, so no on-site testing for the next 6 weeks. Okay, it's not self-paced. You'll be learning through the textbook, the ebook, online course supplements, and my math lab. You work outside of classroom to complete the course materials as outlined in the tentative academic schedule. And again, this part right here, come to the Braden campus, that's no. So you're not coming to the Braden campus or pre-approved testing center to take paper and pencil exams. Again, that's not as of right now. You won't be doing that. Okay. Okay. Now the software, again, we talked about the My Stat Lab software. You need the calculator and basically your weekly procedures. You got to read your book, right? Watch your lecture videos, complete the My Stat Lab homework assignments, and anything else that I may offer up that would be extra credit. Again, so and of course, communication is important. You need to keep in touch with me through your SCF email account. So make sure that you clearly email what you're asking and who you are and what course and what section you're in. I'll get random emails from students that will have no names, no courses. They won't say anything about who they are, and they'll just say, when is that due? And I know that sounds funny, but that happens a lot more often than you think. So try to be professional in your email responses. Remember, I have hundreds of students, and if you just say something like, "When's our next exam?" I won't have any idea what you're talking about or who you are and what course you're in, and we'll have you retype the email in with more clear questions and so on and information. So, okay, so here's the schedule. You'll notice that tests are on Monday. So we have the orientation. This is the Monday that the course starts. And then you'll have these um, sections here that'll be due with sections. These are 1-1. This is the homework in my stat lab. And this is in your ebook, these sections. And then the exam will be on the Monday of that week. And then that rest of the next week or the following week will be these chapters in your book, those sections. Then it'll be the exam on Monday, and then the rest of the week will be all that stuff. And again, Monday and that stuff, and exam 4, and then exam 5 will be the final. Summer A classes, that's going to be the 18th, so June 18th will be the final, or just the 5th unit exam. So this should be very clear on how the course is going to go and what you're required to do. Do the best you can on the assignments. You have to do the MyStatLab assignments to be considered active or attending the online course. Do the best you can. Don't expect you to get them all. You may not get them all right. Some things you may not be able to, do as we get later in the course. This gets harder, and that's okay. But you still need to be active and attempting and trying your best on those assignments. Okay. So the syllabus is online, and of course, any questions that you have about the course, you can always email me. So remember that I'm available, and I don't know exactly what's going to happen throughout uh, the 6 weeks courses, or similar to the 12-week. There's a summer session 12-week too. That I'll have a different schedule up for those students. So remember to always just go to your Canvas site and look at what's on your site. Some of these things don't apply. Some of you are summer C students, and again, of course, your syllabus will be set up for the 12 weeks session. And some of you are summer B students. Everything's run the same, just the time, the due dates, and so on. And this again, remember your instructor code will look different, and you'll have all the same requirements though. And make sure you get the book or the ebook, right? Go in and register for MyStatLab and get in and get started right away. You don't have really time in the summer to take days off and not do anything for the course. And remember that. Let me just go to the home page on Canvas again. When you're working through the course materials, there's stuff over here that you can work through also. Some of it's meant as like a review at the end of the section. So once you get through those sections in the first 3 chapters, you'll want to make sure that you covered all that. So the review has some things listed there you should know. Now the formative guide, pull that up, is again a Word file that, maybe it's not opening up in Canvas. Let me try to download it and pull it up that way. Okay, there we go. So a lot of students have questions. Well, what's the exam going to be like? Well, that's what the formative guide is. The formative guide shows you exactly what it's going to be like. Here's some matching. There's a lot of definitions on the first test. And there's some fill in the blank here on sampling. And here's some fill in what these are, levels of measurement. And then you'll be required to put some data in your calculator and compute these descriptive statistics. There's some questions here that go along with that. Box plots, you'll fill in these. And then there are some true false questions. Okay, so that's exactly how the test will be set up. And of course, this will be a little bit different and stuff, but most of this is what you need to know. So that first exam is very straightforward. There's a lot of stuff in there, things that you need to know, and it's all there in the course material. Okay, so again, formative guide is important when getting ready for exams. And I'm not. So you also have an answer key for the formative guide. So you really should take this when you think you're ready for the test and then see how good you do. You can check the answer key. And then there's a video on types of variables. These are just some things that students maybe get tripped up on a little bit. So I put in some extra videos in there. There's a project that also helps you prepare for the exam. So if you can go through and do this stuff, there's a project one video, project one answer key. So you should be able to do this also. This is a slightly more challenging approach given data, and it's more of a real world type of activity. And then if you have questions about how to enter data on just those things that are going to be on that first unit exam, you're going to have to know how to enter data with your TI, and this is on the TI-84. You're going to have to calculate descriptive statistics with the TI-84. So I give you some practice things for that and explanations how to do that. And then there's a video that goes with. So don't be concerned. Some people think those calculators are overwhelming. They're not. We learn a little bit at a time, and it'll be in detail here. So everything here you need to know about that TI-84 calculator. And that'll it. We'll have the exam will be here, posted here. You'll take it, put it up on Canvas, and then we'll move on. The next unit will be set up the same and set up the same. And we do the exact same thing, right? Just different topics throughout the course. So again, that's it for me for the video, for the orientation video. And I'm sure I haven't covered all of your questions, but I think I've answered probably a lot of them and get you off to a good start. And let me know what other things that you are concerned about. All right, good luck with the semester, and we'll begin started soon.